The following podcast contains adult language, profound stupidity, hardcore nudity, and drug references. Children should not listen to it. Everyone else, but fucking Olive. Nailed it.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Plotty Time, the podcast where we three gamers discuss video game stories in detail with all the necessary and appropriate backlash. My name is Poppascotch, and with me, as always, is Chump Slap.
Hey, what's up?
And the Syintist. Dr. Syintist.
I hate both of you guys.
That's fair.
Good start.
Besides hating us this week, what else have you been up to? Have you been playing anything, watching anything? What are you doing with yourself?
I played some Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Is that the newest one?
Yeah. Just exploring. Started playing some of the story today, but didn't get very far.
Have you?
Go ahead.
You said that you were going to do the normal method, which is all the side quests and then the actual story.
Yeah.
Right. Is that where you're at? Where you're like starting the story now?
No, I just got bored of sailing between islands because I hate the sailing part of the Assassin's Creed games. It takes forever, and it's very unfun.
So more of a change of pace than
yeah.
Gotcha.
And since it's set in Greece, there's a lot of boating around. I started watching Another Life on Netflix.
Ooh, what's that about? I've seen it come up, but I have no idea.
It's like this big rocky monument lands on Earth, and they're trying to figure out where it came from, and they send a group of people to the planet where they think it originated from. It has Katie Sackhoff in it. That's the only thing.
Is it? It's fiction. That like it's a movie.
Well, of course, it's fiction.
No, because when I saw it, I thought it was like a documentary.
No.
Is it filmed like a documentary?
No.
Are we in a documentary right now?
No, it's a sci-fi 10 episode. I don't know if there's going to be more seasons. I didn't get to the end yet, but
Interesting.
All right. Nice. Did you play anything else besides Assassin's Creed?
no. Besides that, I worked and slept.
Are you doing 75 hours a week now or what?
Something like that.
Classic Syintist. Overworked.
You're like the dad in all those 80s and 90s movies.
Yeah, I just said he looks like Al Bundy.
Okay, that's not where I was going with it. But I'll take it. While you're on a friggin' hot streak over there, Chump Slap, why don't you tell us what you've been up to this week?
One's a hot streak.
Make one semi-decent joke. I downloaded the new update for Fallout 76.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Walked around in it for like an hour and a half, and I was like, where's the new shit? It doesn't like tell you. It doesn't just pop up or nothing. I guess you have to find it. Or maybe there's no new shit. I don't know.
Maybe you didn't download the whole thing and it won't.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to put it back on.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Like, you got to go do research to figure out what the new shit was. Shouldn't there at least be like a thing that pops up? It's like, oh, hey welcome
check
back.
This out. Yeah.
Yeah, here's stuff you can do now. It's pretty rad, huh? And then you just move on.
Yeah, you'd think it would tell you something, but
But it's West Virginia, so I'm pretty sure it's pretty boring.
it's Mountain Mama.
Country roads and such.
They take me home.
I guess.
What did you watch this week?
I'm sure you could tell me, but I saw Endgame for the first time.
Oh, what are you?
Oh, I did watch Endgame like 4 times this week, too.
All 3 hours and 1 minute of it.
Good God, that's long. What were your thoughts, feelings, ideas? Did you love it or did you really love it?
I thought it's just like every other movie.
Was it a great movie, or was it the greatest movie you ever saw?
Was it an Avengers movie? Obviously. That's all I thought.
I don't know, man. I think they're setting themselves up for failure with the multiverse stuff and with the time travel stuff.
Yeah, the time travel stuff was silly. I didn't like. Well, the whole plot, I guess, hinges on that. So the whole thing is silly. My review is silly out of 5 stars.
Silly out of. I'll take it.
I've never heard of him give one better rating.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, when you want a big dumb action movie, it'll do it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like if you want something to just shut your brain off too. It was fun.
Also, if you didn't watch every other movie, there's got to be parts that are
I
kind of
have
confusing.
seen every other movie, I think.
Not saying for you, but
Not like I paid attention to those either. So.
just the number of characters and they go back to different things.
That's true.
And it's so weird when people like ask me, was it a good movie just by itself? I'm like, I have no idea. There were 26 other movies leading up to this.
And a couple of TV shows.
Yeah, how could you even... It can't stand on its own. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
it's like watching an entire season of television except for the last episode. And being like, was it good? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how it... I don't know. I can't...
Could the last
Can't
episode stand alone? Like the cheese.
Well, Seinfeld probably could.
Like the cheese. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the last Seinfeld, Poppascotch?
I'm sure he has.
I thought he
Oh,
hated
yeah.
Seinfeld. Oh.
It's not that I hate Seinfeld. I liked Seinfeld, and then I ended up loving Seinfeld, and then I saw every episode 7 million times in syndication.
And they're still
And
good.
I'm like, okay, it's a good show. I have nothing wrong with it, but it's when people... The thing I have wrong with it is people today, still today. That show has not been on the air since what?
97, 8?
I'll have to
It
actually
has
look
to
it
be.
up. I thought it was like 2001.
Oh,
I,
one or
I
two.
thought I was in high school when the last episode.
Well, it has,
Oh, no,
I think
you're
it's
absolutely
before
correct.
9/11.
Yeah,
It
it
was
definitely
off.
was.
Yeah.
Oh, it had to be because Friends was still on and they got all kinds of shit. It says here 98 was the last year.
Wow.
But the problem I have with it is it's been off air for over 20 years now, and people still mention it like it came out last week.
oh,
Like, oh, dude, did you see that Seinfeld where this happened and George did this? I'm like, yeah, man, 20 fucking years ago.
It's funny if you watch the episodes now, how many other problems would be solved just by having cell phones?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Or online dating.
Yeah.
Or
Or
just apps in general.
Like
So-
mozzarella
so-
sticks?
Yep.
yes.
And fucking jalapeno poppers, baby.
Ooh.
That's the problem. They never had the apps at that diner, and that's why everyone was so fucking weird all the time.
Yeah, they always got. What did they eat? Sandwiches.
Big
Only?
salads.
Salads and sandwiches.
Yeah, let's bail on our episode idea and let's just talk about this fan theory. Like, they're a bunch of weirdo assholes because they didn't have appetizers.
Yeah, fucking crazy.
So what did you do all week, Papa Scotch, besides watch Seinfeld and think about their appetizers?
I did a lot of what you did, which was sleep
Masturbate?
and work. Yeah.
Oh, what he did.
I was
just
talking
assumed
about scientists. I didn't get to you yet, chumps. But, well, also that. Anyway, so played hockey a lot, and then I watched
Real hockey or video hockey?
real life.
Okay.
Because it's summer and all the kids are at school, or not, they're not in school yet, so there's plenty of ice time.
I thought it was like, so you're playing with the kids? What?
Don't you think it would be opposite? Because when they're in school, they would be...
Well, yeah, there's...
Okay.
When they're in school, all the ice time is available from like 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. And my ass is at work, so
I gotcha.
can't use any of that. But I just got back like an hour ago from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah? Any good?
Never heard of it.
It's the new Quentin Tarantino film.
That would be why I don't care.
Came out like a
Did
week
you
ago.
not hear it? Or do you not care?
Probably both.
That was a scientist move right there.
That was.
Classic scientist.
I think I had the exact same conversation last week.
Probably.
I think we did, but now I actually saw it. I liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was his funniest movie he's ever made
Nice.
because I thought it was a comedy.
Is it not supposed to be?
I'm fairly certain it was supposed to be. I'm fairly certain.
What a great movie.
Yeah, it's gotta
Yeah.
That's the best rate. That's the best review I've heard. I'm fairly certain it was supposed to be funny.
But I mean, I laughed. I got enjoyment out of it.
be. Wait,
So
What's Eating Gilbert Grapes not a comedy?
because it was fucking hilarious. No, I liked it better than The Hateful Eight for sure, and I'm pretty sure I liked it better than Django. I need to watch it again. I really liked it. I enjoyed it. And if you're into QT at all, I don't know if it's one of his best, but it's definitely in the top half of the movies he's made.
That's good. I liked Hateful Eight.
I liked it too.
It was a little
but
long, though. But
I've never seen any of the movies he just said.
yeah, obviously, shut the fuck up then.
The cultured people are talking over here.
These are big boy movies.
But so I watched that. recommend it. Shout out to I don't know, the whole cast of that movie was famous, so it's pretty good.
Fans of the podcast.
Yeah.
Friends of the pod, of course. Brad Pitt knows all about us. Obviously,
Nice.
he has nothing better to do than listen to our huge pod.
Well, he can't play the games. He's got to listen to what happens.
That's true. He doesn't have time to play all these games. He's mad about town. But I also watched. Have you guys seen The Boys yet?
No.
I haven't heard anything about it, so I didn't know if I wanted to watch it.
Yeah, no one's like
Okay.
praising it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think I still have to watch the final episode of the season, which is just what I just talked about. But I really enjoyed it.
You think it could stand alone?
Yeah, I don't know. But it's fucking good, man. It's essentially what would happen if they're all based on, from what I've seen so far, like DC Universe characters. Like there's a Aquaman analog and like Superman and Wonder Woman and the Invisible Man, but there's like a Black Panther analog too. Anyway, the point is that what if Superman was a complete fucking asshole who only cared about branding and money?
Isn't he?
Yeah.
No, well, in the comics, he's supposed to be a beacon of truth and good and stuff, and an alien.
Well,
but
if he didn't care about branding, why is he making the comics?
I don't think Superman prints them.
Oh, he's not getting royalties from his comics?
I don't think the comics being released were part of the universe that it's creating itself. It's like Spaceballs, the movie. Like when Spaceballs, remember when they're watching they don't get that meta. But the guy who plays, what's his name? I think his name is Homelander, but that's like their Superman.
But wasn't Will Smith in a movie that was like that? Where he had superpowers and he was kind of a dick drunk?
Oh, that was the Will Smith one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. But was Hancock?
Yes, but
Hancock.
sorry. Yes, but imagine that even though he was a dick and a drunk, deep down, Hancock was still a pretty decent person. These people are not at all. They're
just
scumbags.
assholes.
All of them. They're
So
bad.
They're kind of like super villains.
It should be like
They're like super villains branded as superheroes, pretty
Okay.
much. But I would recommend it. I think it's pretty good. I think it's done very well. And the guy who plays Homelander, a.k.a. Superman, is the lead actor who was in Banshee, which is an amazing show I'm pretty sure neither of you guys ever watched.
You told me to, and I never got around to it. I think maybe I watched the first one.
maybe I'll watch it after the 15th watching of Psych. I don't know. I can't get around to it.
I'm on like season 7. So
See, I can never tell with Syintist if he's going to like something or not.
No.
Because he likes bullshit completely opposite of what I like. So I don't know
What do you mean?
But I think Chump Slap, I think you'll like Banshee. Like it's a trashy show from the people who made True Blood,
Okay.
but it scratches an itch you didn't know you had.
I'll have to check it out.
we have maybe we don't have any overlap on shit we watch.
You think it's better than The Boys, or you think The Boys is better?
Ooh. I think Banshee's better. But The Boys only had one season so far. So
All right. Fair enough.
and Banshee is a tight 38 episodes.
Ugh.
It takes place in the fictional. Oh boy, words are fucking tough, right? It takes place in the fictional town of Banshee, Pennsylvania,
Sweet.
which has like an Indian casino and the Amish and a downtown all in like the same area, which obviously doesn't exist in Pennsylvania, but
I know a place.
Yeah, it's right outside Hershey.
yeah, fair point. I didn't know there were any Native American casinos out near Hershey. Maybe there are. Who
Maybe.
knows?
Who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
But the guy's name is Anthony Starr. Shout out to Anthony Starr,
Whoop, whoop. Big ups.
friend of the pod. Are we like legally liable if we just keep saying people are friends of the pod?
Not if nobody
Like-
hears it.
Yeah.
Tree falling down in the woods scenario. Got it. That I got it. So I really don't have much. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys what I've been playing this week.
Yeah. Get on that.
The
Division
I've
2?
gone. Okay, one of them is the Division 2. I'm still playing the new content they released for that. So one of them is Division 2, but I picked up a brand new game last Friday.
I know.
Madden 20.
I was going to say, I know what it is. I just checked your PS account.
Yeah, it's I bought it because the best quarterback to probably ever play the game is on the cover. So it's Patrick Mahomes, by the way.
Oh, I was gonna say I can't even think of any.
I was trying to think of something stupid, but I got nothing.
Yeah, I got nothing.
There's so many. You could have been like, you mean Bart Starr? Like,
I was trying to think of a current one that would be on the cover. And what's the one for the Cowboys? Dak Prescott? Is that one?
Yes.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say, but I wasn't sure if he was actually his real name.
But that's like at least a
like
legitimate guess.
True.
That's why I have no idea.
Dude, I'm holding on for this year. I think this is going to be my last year enjoying football because the Chiefs look like they may actually compete for the Super Bowl. I want one of my teams to win, guys. I want one of my
Rangers
fucking teams.
never will.
No, they've won once in the last 75 fucking years.
That's even
Mariners have literally never won ever since they existed in like I think 76 or 79. And then the Chiefs won Super Bowl 3. And what are we on now? Like 55?
Why do you pick losers?
Yeah, so statistically, one of your teams should win soon.
You lost it. Yeah, but if your aunt had balls, she'd be your uncle. So
Truer words.
those are the games I play. I don't even like. I also went and searched for video game news, but it seems pretty quiet out there. Like, remember last week when I said that the Doom games were surprise released? Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, I completely forgot about that.
Well, okay, that's fine. The point is that there was a news release this week that said, "Ooh, they were broken. The patch is coming out."
Ooh.
Like, that's what we're working with.
That's the highlight of the news.
Yeah, there's gonna be no news until Borderlands comes out or something, and NHL 19 or whatever it is, 20.
Fuck yeah. No, I think it's 20. I have it pre-ordered. It's on the list. I really do have to consider taking some time off around those 2 days.
What are we talking about? Season X of fucking Fortnite just started.
Is it still in the beta?
Probably.
There are seasons?
Yeah.
I didn't even know they numbered them, but
This is the 10th season, apparently.
yeah, it's like every 2 months.
What is accomplished? Yeah, you know what? Okay, fine. No, we'll do it. What's accomplished in a season? How do you metric a season? I don't understand.
You would know better
It's
than
however
I.
many weeks.
Oh, it's like a league-based thing? Like you got to get so many wins or whatever?
I think they changed the
Yeah.
maps up and stuff too, but I've never touched a
Yeah,
Fortnite,
every season they change something up. They'll like throw, oh god, a meteor struck the map. So
There's aliens trying to
yeah, there's pirates now. Oh, I don't know,
dinosaurs.
weird shit. It's actually pretty neat.
Really? Pirates and dinosaurs? Pirates and dinosaurs?
There are.
Huh.
There's at least a pirate ship and dinosaur statues.
Oh, I thought we were just making it up.
Last time I played, I don't know. I haven't played since season 6 or something.
You could talk for, I don't know, probably 5-10 minutes, make up a bunch of Fortnite lies, and just sell them to me. I have no fucking idea.
Yeah,
You'd be like, yeah, and then in the one game you can kill people with your peg leg, like just take off.
I
Like,
would
wow.
believe you could probably do that in this game. In it,
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like I have no idea what even goes on there, but a lot of people really like it.
Yeah, it's fun. If you
people
didn't
making
have to
more money
build
than
shit.
us.
Yeah, right. Kid just won $3 million at a fucking Fortnite tournament.
Well, here's the thing: if there was gaming leagues, or I don't know, esports, I should say, if there were esports back when we were growing up,
25 years ago.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure there are some leagues for some games.
World
I
of
remember there
Warcraft.
being like,
But I don't know.
dude, what was that game with Fred Savage? The movie with Fred Savage.
Little Monsters.
Yes, well, that was one of them, but that's no, and that movie fucking ruled.
With the
and I
power
will die
glove.
on that hill. Yes, the one with the power.
That was Fred
the
Savage?
Wizard.
The Wizard.
Wizard.
Yeah.
Fred Savage was not the main kid, but he was
Oh,
one of
no.
the kids shepherding around the main kid. It was pretty rad.
But yeah, Little Monsters was awesome. Howie Mandel was in it.
Sure was.
The only thing I remember is them like trapping him in the world and trying to kill him, like by cutting off the posts of the bed or something like that.
Yeah, so they couldn't come back into the real world.
Yeah, because you had to go under the bed.
Yeah.
It was a little child rapey.
Well, you know,
Well, you took it there. You did that.
Have you watched the movie lately?
No.
no, but we should do a live podcast of us watching Little Monsters.
It's a very special podcast.
Yeah, we could.
It's like we'll tell people like, all right, start the movie now.
Yeah.
Like the Dark Side of the Rainbow.
Yeah. We'll get
Perfect.
second audio program.
Yeah, when the second time the lion roars, start the podcast.
We should just make a podcast called Second Audio Program and do that.
Nice.
Well, I said that on a podcast, so you can't steal our idea.
Yeah, this is copyrighted.
Like those assholes who put that on like Facebook posts. This is my property. You can't take it. So, Poppascotch, why don't you tell us about the game you picked this week?
Okay,
Just gonna
yeah,
jump
that's
in
right.
there.
I picked it, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we talk about games. That's right.
Do you have anything else you'd like to discuss, Dr. Chump Slap?
I thought he was Sir Chump Slap.
You know, Tool is streaming on streaming devices now. And
Who the fuck is that?
I don't know. It's this cool band.
they released an album like 15 years ago.
We got a new one coming out August 30th.
So, but it's out now.
Yeah, almost.
Who's the lead singer?
Keegan-Michael Key.
Maynard James Keenan.
Maynard James Keenan. That's right. Isn't he like big time in the wine scene now? Like, isn't he a wine person?
Yeah, he has his own winery called Caduceus Wines
Is that what you're drinking right now?
in Arizona.
Because you keep looking at it when you're...
No, this is fucking garbage that I got for free from Sunoco.
I don't think there's alcohol in it.
13.8%.
Oh, okay.
How are you getting that at a gas station?
They were giving it away
They give it away
Christmas.
for Christmas every year.
Aw,
And if you go
That's
in there
adorable.
a lot, they know you.
Yeah.
nice. All right, well, you know what? Let's get to the game then, I guess.
Let's do it.
Tell us about it.
All right, the game we are going to talk about this week, and since I picked it, I'll go ahead and lead into it a bit. But we are going to be talking about inFamous. It was released May 26th, 2009, for exclusively for PlayStation 3. It was developed by Sucker Punch of Sly Cooper fame, right?
Yeah.
Sly Cooper fame, and published by SCE, so Sony. It's a first-party game. It's basically described as an open-world action-adventure game. It was written by William Harms.
Oh, I was going to say Hung.
Billy Harms.
I thought I was going to say Will
Billy
Hung.
Harms. Oh, Billy heard him. Who also wrote Dead Island Riptide, which I believe was the sequel to Dead Island.
Yes.
Yes, it
Excellent
was.
games.
Yep. Perfect.
And he wrote Mafia 3, the one that took place in Nolans back in the late 60s. But he has a bunch of other video game like stats, but those are the ones he wrote or was the lead writer.
Did he do Infamous 2 or any of that?
I don't understand what you just said.
Did he do Infamous 2?
Or
Did he do Infamous 2?
The
No,
sequel
he
to
did not.
this game.
he just made up the original. Okay.
No, he just did the original. And then basically the game, the short lead into the game before you even start playing, your name and your playable character is Cole McGrath.
A real white name.
I know, right? He sounds like he's definitely a BMX guy, right? With a name like Cole McGrath.
I thought he was like a bike messenger.
Well, same
He
thing.
is.
Why doesn't he have a bike in the game, though? It pisses me off.
That is a damn good question I didn't even think about. Well, his bike got destroyed in the beginning of the game.
Oh, because all
When,
bikes got destroyed.
Yeah.
That's a fair point. Fair point. But basically, Cole McGrath is a bike messenger. He's tasked to deliver a package downtown. He goes to deliver it. Something happens. He wakes up, and the whole area is in rubble. Apparently, whatever happened exploded around him, and he, for some reason, survived. And shortly after that, he realizes he has the power to wield electricity.
Like a superhero.
Like a superhero, indeed. That's basically where we'll start. Cole passes out from all this electricity going through his body that he doesn't really quite understand, and he wakes up on the roof of an apartment building in New York with his buddy Zeke, who nursed him back to health.
Well, wasn't he?
Or no, I guess he woke up in the hospital.
Yeah, and then a couple
suppose.
days later, he gets up on the roof.
Was the quarantine... All right. The quarantine started because of the blast, right?
Well, because there's a plague going through the city. That kind of why it's quarantined.
So when was the blast? Because it's like...
The blast was before the plague. They kind of had...
Yeah, they kind of quickly rolled into it. Basically, the explosion happened. The city fell apart. There's a bunch of riots and crime. Then the plague was released. Then it got quarantined.
Yeah.
Okay.
They kind of act like it was a
Because they're like,
terrorist.
14 days into the quarantine is when the story starts. And I didn't know if that was like quarantine right after he exploded.
But unfortunately, as a byproduct of all this crime and riots, basically the gangs have taken over areas of Empire City, which is the analog for New York City.
Yeah. Classic gangs of New York City style.
Yeah. And there's separate
Yep.
islands.
Are there separate? I should have really took a look at the map before I started this because I know there's
Well, you have to cross bridges to get to other areas. So
right.
Yeah, true.
And I like how you can't go into the water
yeah,
because you'll just electrocute and die. I like how they at least made a reason for why you can't swim anywhere.
Doesn't make any sense.
well, because there's
It would dissipate your electricity and kill you.
It would kill everything around you.
maybe it kills you too. But they also give a reason for him not to wield guns too, which I liked
Oh yeah,
because they explode in his hands because it lights the.
that's pretty cool.
And I guess we should mention that the way you actually fight people is by using electricity. And I don't really know how to word this properly. My words aren't good, but like you use electricity as different methods of like firearms, almost like you have quick bursts. There's like a
yeah,
right projectile. There's a sniper rifle type upgrade.
sure is. And there's grenades.
And there's like a shotgun one where you just blow a whole area of things away.
yeah, just blast back.
My favorite, and still one of my favorite skills to this day, is like the concussion blast, the force push.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than getting like parkouring up a roof, seeing like 4 dudes in front of you, and just being like, whooah, and they just fly off the roof.
Kind of like the Skyrim shout.
Yeah,
Fusroda.
Yeah, exactly. Which was Skyrim released before or after this?
After. I have to think after.
What was this? 08?
2009. Yeah, it was definitely after.
I'm gonna look it up. But while I check that out, what happens right after this?
After you come to on the roof?
Yeah. Well, you don't really come to. It's kind of like you wake up for your day.
Just like your normal
Yeah.
day 14 into quarantine. And then you see something on the TV.
About food being, well, it's the guy who hacks the TV and says that food's going to be dropped at some place.
Yeah, how does he know?
I don't know, dude. He's like a secret hacker guy, you know.
Oh, he just hacks everything and knows all the info.
He hacked the Gibson. So he's on there.
The fuck out of here. Across state lines?
Well, he's inside the islands. Maybe across the island lines.
Okay.
But they call him the voice of survival, by the way.
Oh.
He does have a name.
Oh, really?
That's not really a name, but.
Boss.
And then you head towards where that's dropped off. And.
Oh, before you go there, Zeke's like, dude, you blew up my fucking gun.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go find this one. It's like I paid the guy and he left it under a car in a parking lot.
And
you
there's 3.
Yeah. He's like, oh, God, I thought there'd be one car. There's so many. We'll
gotta
never
look
find it.
Yeah. I thought that was ridiculous, too. It's underneath the first one.
It's like, should I look underneath? Nah, fuck it. Check this out. And like cars just flying around. I assumed that was like the tutorial mission.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
still, it was ridiculous.
Oh, that's another thing to mention. We all played this, right?
Yes.
Okay. I have an extremely infuriating story, but we're gonna save that for the end, buddy. I know, Syintist, you're gonna love it because it makes me mad,
Yeah.
and it's mostly of my own doing. So
I hope it has to do with an extra playthrough. But anyway.
All right, so you go to the first supply drop.
Yeah, and you get your first moral choice, which is a big thing in this game, either good or bad.
Oh, yeah, it's all about the karma, really.
Yeah.
It changes all your weapons and everything.
Does that do that in this one?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, because I watched the bad one, and he had different
I wasn't sure if that was
grenades
only
and
in
shit.
inFamous 2 or if it just changed the color of it.
interesting.
After the food, you make your decision about the food.
Yeah, we'll just go with the good karma. 'cause
Well, I mean, we could just say you make a decision about it because it doesn't really affect much.
yeah, true.
After you do that, the voice of reality TV or whatever he was called.
Voice of survival.
Okay.
Get it right, motherfucker.
He comes on and he's like, "Hey, everybody, check out this video that just apparently showed up 2 weeks after the explosion that shows this terrorist, and it shows your face really big, who caused the explosion, and then all of a sudden your girlfriend's mad at you
Yeah, what's she mad at?
because her sister died in the explosion, and now apparently,
She didn't know until that moment that you caused the explosion,
well, you didn't cause it.
but she didn't know you were in the center of it.
Well, she had to have, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
And she had to have known that Cole was in the center of it, but no one had any idea, or no one had any reason to believe that Cole started it. And he had no idea either. He just woke up and like started running away from the rubble.
And I mean, just because there's a video of him holding it, I guess he survives, but don't you think there'd be more questions than, oh, this guy's the terrorist that did it?
Yeah, this bike messenger delivering a package.
And here's the other thing I don't understand. If they had the video before the explosion when he was holding it and the thing blew up, why would everyone be like, he's still out there, guys? There's no way he died from being at the center of this explosion.
Yeah, true. And even if he is, why did people try to beat you up and shit then? It's like, you couldn't survive that explosion. I ain't gonna fuck with you.
Yeah.
That's a good point. It's like, are you going to come at me with sticks? I just survived that explosion. Oh, yeah, by the way, I can throw fucking electricity, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Bring it.
And apparently he killed 10,000 people with that explosion? Is that what we're led to believe?
A lot. I'll just say a lot. I don't know if the exact number.
Because he said something about killing another 10,000 with the choice later.
But anyway, after this, you figure out you have to escape the island. Have you found out when Skyrim was released yet?
Yeah, I did. It was released in 2011, so it was at least 2 years after.
Yeah, there we go.
Wow, I thought it was much longer after that.
2.5 years, November. So,
all right. So Zeke and you have the great idea of, let's cross this bridge and get out of here so people stop thinking I'm a terrorist.
Yeah, let's kill these cops.
Yeah. Let's kill these cops quarantining the city from the plague that's infesting it. So you go to the bridge and Zeke somehow survives while all the innocent people get shot.
Yep. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I think he just jumped off the side or something.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he falls into the water.
Yeah.
He swims to the shore.
And you get caught by an FBI agent.
Yeah, because you just happen to jump out of the way of the bullets and into a room that's just got her in it.
Like an interrogation room.
Yeah, so fucking... She's like, I was waiting for you. It's like, what?
That's a genius level plan.
Yeah.
Does that not happen to you guys? I mean, I constantly just jump for my life and then end up in rooms being interrogated.
Yeah, I'm tired of telling them no.
Well, I mean, not every time.
They always want me to work with them.
Losers.
But the FBI agent's name is Moya, and tells you that her husband was in a group called the First Sons. Did she tell you that at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
She tells you about the First Sons.
And they were developing a ray sphere. I don't know exactly why. Was it to give people powers? Or just, I don't know.
Well, you find out later why.
Yeah, but they were developing it, and she hasn't seen him or heard from him since the explosion and wants you to find him. And if you can help her find him, she'll let you off the island. So she obviously knows you're not a terrorist.
Right. And just the important distinction, her husband was not a First Son. He was an FBI agent trying to infiltrate the First Sons.
Okay.
Yeah, he was undercover.
So he may have been a First Son.
Well, so technically, yes, he was, I guess, a First Son. But he wasn't a First Son first. He was a husband first.
Husband first, scientist second, FBI agent third,
First Son fourth. Okay. So he's the fourth First Son.
Yeah, there we go.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Just, we want to have it right for record-keeping purposes. A lot of people are criticizing us about this. And by a lot, I mean literally nobody.
Well, that's because we do it so perfectly.
Well, yeah, okay. The ray sphere, the whole point of it is to take everyone's energy around you and transfer it to the person holding the ray sphere. So it's essentially to create superheroes, but while murdering a whole bunch of other people.
Sounds like a fair trade-off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. How else are you going to make superheroes? I don't know any other way.
Well, if you guys watch The Boys, you'd find another way.
Gamma radiation.
Ooh, tie in. Sorry, go ahead. What?
Tie into what? Are we getting money from them? Or
Amazon's paying for my Prime subscription.
But she lets you go, and you end up running a bunch of errands for her.
Yeah, but before she lets you go, she's like, I can hear everything you say.
Yeah, because I've hacked your phone, so
Yeah.
don't lose it.
Yeah, but there's points where you're like, hey, you there? And like, she talks to you like she's not listening the whole time. I don't know. I thought it was a little shady.
Well, I mean, yeah.
She is shady, yeah.
This is where Google got the idea to listen through your webcam.
Thanks, inFamous.
Yeah, real cool. But I do have written down here just some of the random adventures she sends you on, just to quickly run through this. You help out one of John's associates. I guess it's just a side quest. You help out one
Brandon?
of John's buddies.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you rescue a train that you thought was where John was. It turns out he wasn't there anyway. But basically, side mission, you rescue a train. I think that's where you get the rail riding ability.
Yeah.
And you reactivate substations.
Yeah, you just turn power on to every fucking section of the city.
Which is how you unlock new powers.
Which I think that's an awesome mechanic. I like open world games always have a problem about like having this huge world and just locking off areas arbitrarily till you get far enough away into the story. And in this game, it's like, well, you can go there all you want, but there's no electricity. And if there's no electricity, you can't heal yourself at all.
Or use your powers.
Yeah.
Or use your power. Like, you'll use them all out in seconds and then be a sitting duck, basically.
Just be a normal person.
Yeah, like who the fuck wants that?
Yeah,
You know?
that's no game.
I wonder how people live with it every day.
Yeah, fucking weirdo.
Because I remember, and the substations you had to go in, you had to fight through basically what was like an underground tunnel, I guess is the way to put it.
Yeah.
And you touch the thing, you fire it up, the portion of the city has power, and then you get like usually some new superpower.
Yeah, then you can always just pop out of the sewer
Yeah.
at the end of it. Why can't you just go in the sewer right there to begin with?
Because it
That's a
locks
good
on the
question.
inside.
Oh, it's one of those doors that just only
Yeah.
opens from the inside. Okay.
Now, I don't remember. It's been a while. It's been at least a decade since I played this game.
Touche.
But what is it that allows you to unlock a substation? Do you have to get to a certain point of the story, or do you need a certain point of like a certain level area, or I forget what it is?
It might be a part of the story thing, but it might just be a collectible like the rest of the stuff you come across.
Yeah, because I don't think you have to power them all up.
No, you don't. There's certain ones you have to do.
Yeah, certain ones in the story you got to do, but then other ones you can just...
Yeah. Because they only like level up your things. I don't remember exactly how it goes, but
Gotcha. But I think this is one of these activities is also where you first meet one of our baddies, Sasha. And what is so special about Sasha? Either of you?
She talks to you.
well, she also has some kind of poison oil thing that she spreads around and
She's kind of like
drives people mad.
that guy from one of the Mercer guy.
Yeah, the FBI agent he was talking to the whole time.
Yeah.
I saw her as like a scarecrow analog. Like she throws that shit in your face and then
Yeah, but
you
Yeah, she's kind of like that.
is she the head honcho behind that, or that's
She's
just part of it?
she was a first son. Okay, so apparently the first sons had like a power structure.
Yeah.
And then Kessler, who we'll get into in a sec, but Kessler is like, I'm going to take over this shit. And then the top of the food chain in the First Sons just left to start their own gang. So she's the leader of the Reapers.
yeah, and she makes oil and she can talk to you while you're covered in the oil, and
And
kind
the
of
oil
trippy.
turns
Yeah.
people into Reapers,
yeah.
right?
I assume
Yes,
'cause
that is correct.
And she just controls them with her mind control because she's part of the oil.
yeah,
Okay.
she makes it weird talking to you while you're.
Yeah, she's always talking like, "Oh, I loved you, not that bitch."
Yeah, this all goes down when Moya's telling him to like clean a water supply
Yeah,
that's infected by all this gunk. And this is actually where we first meet Kessler.
yeah, because there's these machines pumping the oil into the water, which is making people follow her or become her vassals.
Right.
Yep.
Now, I have it written down here that Kessler gives him a vision of the future, but I forget what that was.
I have Guy Show's future, and then I don't have what it was either.
I think it was just like glimpses.
Yeah, like flashes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
where that
something
is
like
on
that.
the fucking... These notes are atrocious. Who took these?
But you find she's not like an FBI agent; she's a DARPA agent, which is kind of a secret group of government whatever's.
Yeah, they're supposed to be like a clandestine government group that doesn't answer to anybody. But in reality, DARPA does exist, and they're a bunch of nerds that just come up with tech, basically.
That's what you think.
Fair point.
Yeah.
That's
You don't know
what
nothing.
the public thinks. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe they are
What does DARPA stand
super
for?
badasses. How about I look it up and you guys talk about stuff?
All right, where the hell are we?
Well, you're going down to the tar. Kessler shows you something in the future. I think it's just glimpses of random things that happen. And
DARPA stands for the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency.
sounds like a fear type thing.
Oh, okay.
It does, really. They're part of the U.S. Department of Defense, responsible for the development of emerging technologies for use by the military.
They can't stop our computers from getting hacked.
Oh, this is the point
Bunch
where
of
Trish
nerds.
is like,
Yeah, then Trish.
she's bitching at you. She's like, what the fuck? Clean this shit up.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Do favors for me.
Yeah, you owe me.
You accidentally held a bomb that killed my sister. Do a bunch of stuff.
My sister's dead, and you're a dick.
Now do some stuff. So you do
Fucking
some
help
stuff.
these people, because I can't.
She really lays the guilt trips on pretty good
I
here.
don't know. Like, he had any fucking idea. Jesus.
I'm just a bike messenger.
Yeah. This reminds me a lot of Premium Rush. You guys ever see that?
Yes. Yes, I did. I don't know why.
Because it's a great movie. It's where I started my fanship of Michael Shannon.
That's where you started?
Yeah. Just because the stupid shit he says in it.
There's so many great Michael Shannon roles, and that's the one. You
Yeah.
know what? All right.
When he's like,
Okay.
I'm chasing a bike. All right, anyway.
Oh, God. So The Wizard and Premium Rush are going to be live watch episodes.
The Wiz. I thought it was Little Monsters.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Well, let's just do all of them. And we'll do The Wiz, the fucking reimagining of
Sounds good to
Dorothy
me.
and the Scarecrow and all those assholes.
Sure, we have interesting things to say. Anyway, this all leads you through like a tunnel, I guess, somehow to end up with the final battle of Sasha.
Oh, yeah, where you just find her like in the pits.
Yeah, it's kind of like underground tunnels between the islands, I guess.
Yeah. And then you run into her and like you do a voiceover and you're like, Sasha, she was a piece of shit before the blast.
Nice.
I thought it was pretty good.
And then you fight her, and then after you beat her, some guys just like break in and kidnap her. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't remember. Is this the first time you fight one of those electricity golems?
That's later. It's a little bit later,
Okay.
I think. I don't remember seeing it
Because
before.
I have a lot of questions about that. But anyway, let's move
Yeah,
forward before we get to the.
You fight her, some guys break in, kidnap her, and then you end up in another part of the city called the Warrens, which is how you get to the second island,
Oh,
with
okay.
some new enemies called the Dustmen, which I assume they do angel dust, but
The trash baggers.
yeah.
Yeah, I think they were. Oh, what is their story? I want to say they were ex-homeless,
Yeah,
maybe
something like that.
that got militarized.
Oh, they walk around in gas masks. That's
yeah,
where
they're
they get their name.
led by a different conduit, which is what they call superheroes in this game.
Right.
Because Cole's a conduit, Sasha's a conduit.
Aren't the golems conduits too?
There's people that are conduits, like that aren't as strong as the other ones. You fight them.
But I think it's like when you were fighting the golems, it was like kill two conduits. From what I was watching the video, I don't know if they call them golems or conduits, but
Yeah, conduit's just somebody with a superpower.
fair enough.
And so you're on the second island. You're doing various quests again, finding more dead drops, more substations, doing other kinds of various crap.
Mm-hmm.
And then Moya calls you and says there's drones flying around. And
Oh,
she wants
yeah.
you to, there's one that's crashed, and you got to go there and figure out what that's doing.
She's like, there's a drones flying around, and they're not the military, so
Yeah.
find out.
So why the fuck are they still flying around? Shoot them down. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's like the military must have. Wouldn't you think they'd keep that airspace pretty tight, especially during a quarantine?
You'd think so, but here we are.
I guess not. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess. Fuck me, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
But it turns out there's for the first suns used to find the ray sphere, because apparently nobody knows what the ray sphere is after it blew up in your hands.
yeah. Like, did someone just snag it from you? Interesting.
yeah, I never got if someone found it like in the rubble and took it, or if there were multiple ones. I never really understood that.
I don't think there are multiple because everyone seems to want the one.
Yeah.
True.
So you go around hunting some drones, which is another collection thing in this, I believe.
I think you have to you have to shoot a couple down and then get to them before they explode or
Yeah.
something, just to get a couple information.
Yeah, because they do explode when they land.
Yeah.
And during this, Kessler calls you, because everybody calls you on your cell phone number, because everybody knows.
Yeah, that's probably his best superpower. He never has to charge his phone. That's so cool.
Oh, that would be awesome.
But he gets like a chirp. It reminds me of the Nextel things. Remember those from
Yeah.
like 2005?
Well, That'd be so cool to have again.
No, it wouldn't.
Just have chirps.
Well, I mean, at work it would be nice, but
I want to put that chirp as my text tone.
no, that'd be so annoying.
Awesome. But eventually you find. Well, no. What happens with Kessler? Isn't he like torturing
Yeah, he's
some
torturing
girl?
Sasha.
And is it Sasha?
Yeah.
I forgot who it was. And acting, and Cole calls him out like, "Ooh, sound like a real tough guy, huh?"
Yeah, torturing conduits.
Right. And then he finishes the drone business, and he sends all the data to Moya.
Yeah.
Correctamundo.
And I believe the whole point of that was to try and figure out where the race sphere was, right?
Yes, I believe that was it.
Yeah, all the information you gathered was just race sphere scans.
Makes sense. But then what happens after that, Dr. Syintist?
Well, I have written down that Zeke gets kidnapped. Somehow. I don't even know.
Wait, where's that?
Oh, that's right. Yes. Zeke did get kidnapped, and then you need to go to the shipyards to rescue him.
Oh,
And then that's where Moya's like, "What the fuck are you doing at the shipyards?"
Yeah. I had to save Zeke.
Yeah, I had to
like, I
save
got
Zeke.
friends, man.
And Zeke's a piece of shit.
This is also where you encounter the head of the Dustmen, who was another previous first son named Alden Tate.
Yes.
Yeah, did they talk about him before this point? Was this the first?
I don't know if
they
he's
might
even mentioned.
mention him when you first get there, because she said when Moya tells you that these are the Dustmen, they're led by a conduit, she might mention his name there. But
Yeah, because I was like,
this is the first time you actually meet him.
Alden. Who the fuck's Alden?
Right.
And what's Alden doing?
He's being a dick.
He's trying to find the race sphere and charge it up.
He's building a tower out of garbage or some shit?
Yeah.
Fucking weird.
It has something to do with his conduit power.
Oh, he's got like Fortnite powers he can just build from nothing.
Sure.
Seems that way.
Yeah, it's and then when you rescue Zeke, I thought it was a really cool moment where Cole's like, "Dude, I'm a superhero basically. You're a regular person, like you can't be in these fights. Like
Yeah.
you're not worth anything in these fights." And Zeke kind of is like, "Well, what the fuck?" And it's like one of the first moments planting the seeds of what like Zeke needs to be a superhero, basically.
Yeah, I don't really get it, because Zeke's a piece of shit. Why does he want to be all of a sudden some kind
Yeah,
of
why can't you
superhero?
just be like, all right, you go do all this shit, man.
Unless he's just jealous of you
grab me some money or something.
or envious of you.
He's so envious.
I think that's what it is. He's just super envious. And also, well, at this point, he's not a piece of shit yet. He's just your bro.
No, he's still a piece of shit.
Well, he does talk like,
Well, he
don't fool.
becomes a piece.
He's like, oh, I could do
Help
it
me
too.
pick up these chicks.
I could help.
Oh, I forgot about that. We did kind of gloss over
Yeah.
that, where you did a whole side mission trying to help out a guy so that Zeke could get laid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happened, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
did
that's
see
a
that.
real thing.
Okay.
And then Zeke complains, like, oh, I got
She just wanted to cuddle or something stupid.
Oh, she's like, yeah, she said she wanted to be friends, and I was a good friend, and she kept saying friend.
Zeke, the first incel, right there.
I'm not hashtagging that.
You should. Zeke the first incel. And
Boy.
after this, after you're getting to the docks and you save Zeke or whatever, Moya calls you, asks what you're doing, and she tells you that there's a war breaking out between the Dustmen and the cops.
Is that at the bridge or just in general?
I think it's just in general.
Oh, it's because they have Alden, right?
Yeah, they do they do capture all.
The cops capture Alden, and that's why the Dustmen start fighting the cops.
Yeah, and they start having super secure buses driving around the town shooting people. And
Yeah, those buses were badass.
yeah, and they're a pain in the ass from what I remember in the game.
Yeah, they were really hard to get, and you had to get on top of them and break the fucking...
Yeah, it was.
So annoying.
Yeah, you had like a constant electricity stream on it, but it was just like any other fucking video game where you're on a moving thing shooting stuff from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he got shot
Like
the fuck up.
Yeah.
like our ski-doos from Uncharted. I mean, I'm sure Sly did it. I just don't remember it. Every game does it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this one you can't die because you can heal yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is insane. I don't understand how electricity heals people.
It heals him.
I don't understand. He can heal other people with
Well,
it.
yeah, they're all having heart attacks.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, they're all jump-starting hearts. It's like, what if someone's like, I don't know, dying from a head wound. Like, I got this. You're fine.
He's choking to death. No, I got it.
I'll make you
That
spasm.
is another part we kind of glossed over. Is that's part of the moral choice as well, because you can like revive civilians and get better morality, or you can like
kick them.
You can kick them and finish them off, or you could restrain bad guys
Instead
with
of
your
killing
electricity
them, yeah.
somehow.
I do like when
Yeah.
the grenades automatically restrain them after a while, like when you power them up enough.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, that makes it super easy. Although I don't know how you would restrain someone with electricity, but you know, I'm not here for the science. You know,
Yeah, it's true.
It's his power.
And so says the scientist.
So the Dustmen start attacking the cops' stronghold to try and get Alden back.
Yeah.
And you go to, I guess it's a prison that they're keeping him in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love this part.
And
That's
you
a
get
good
there,
one.
and Zeke's there helping the cops because that's what superheroes do, I guess.
have their bros watch over the cops.
No, I mean, Zeke's trying to be a superhero.
Yeah, he says like something like,
Ah.
I used to hate cops, but anyone that are going to stay after all this shit, they're all right in my book.
So you fight to try and keep them from getting Alden. And you end up losing, I guess, in the end, because Zeke leaves his post and the cops that were guarding Alden are all killed, and he gets away.
And then you get pissed the fuck off at Zeke.
Well, yeah, because he should have died with the rest of the cops.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, that was also in my notes as well. Like, what the fuck was Zeke gonna do about it?
Zeke, you
If
fucking
you would have just stayed on your post, these cops would be alive.
Yeah, cops would be alive. These 30 guys who came in and slaughtered the 18 other cops.
But
Yeah, like Zeke is the X factor there somehow. When we've already specifically yelled at him for not having superpowers and for getting himself over
Exactly.
involved.
You're like, you're not a hero. Why weren't you a hero?
well, because of what happens later, I always thought he did it on purpose. But anyway,
No.
the Dustmen end up winning.
Yep. And then boom, Alden's free.
Yep. And Moya calls you, telling you to leave, cut Zeke loose, which you should have done in the beginning of the game.
I don't think they even mean like cut him loose or kill him or anything. They're just like, stop fucking around with this guy. Like, what are you doing?
Cut him loose? Yeah.
He's like, he's a fucking loser. You're a superhero.
You're a superhero. What's he going to do? He only slows you down.
And then-
Exactly.
And then after a while, you get your first call from John White, which
John
is the
White?
most made-up name. Besides John Smith, John White is just calls and basically says he's been in hiding and to meet him at a building. Come alone.
47 seconds.
Yeah, tells you how long it is before people track him.
Oh God, every fucking conversation, 8 seconds.
Oh, I love that. That's so cool. 13 seconds.
I'm going to start, if I ever talk to somebody on the phone again, I'm going to start saying that 67 seconds. Except they need
I
a
assume
second.
it was like he was getting tracked, right?
Yeah, he's trying to prevent them from finding his location.
But it's like, should we just talk like that for the rest of the podcast? 8 seconds?
I think it's a great way if I only had a stopwatch.
If we did-
67 seconds.
If we knew when this podcast was going to end, it would be awesome. 14 minutes and 36 seconds.
Oh boy, yeah. Let's not do that.
Okay, 17 seconds.
All right. But after he calls you, I have written helicopter blows up.
Well, first you call Moya and tell him that John called you.
Oh, yeah. And I was like, why can't she hear?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That'd be one of your points.
Yeah.
Well, because she says,
All I heard was static.
yeah,
Damn it, you're right.
because maybe John kind of blocks it or something.
Yeah,
And she-
probably.
you tell her that you found John, and she's like, "Great, that's awesome." So you go to meet John.
Yeah.
Yeah, because up until this point, if I remember correctly, you were looking for John, but you never found him, and he calls you completely out of the blue,
Yeah.
right?
You're trying to find him so you can get off the island because Moya promised.
Right.
to
Yeah,
get you off the
Moya's
island.
telling you to find him.
Yeah.
She's like, that's my husband.
Right, but John, this is the first time anyone's hearing
Yeah.
from him.
You don't even know he
Super
actually
fantastic.
exists until
Yeah.
this point.
Right. So then I have in my notes that the helicopter spooked John, and he ran away, basically.
Well, you go to the meeting, and the chopper kind of shows up. He's like, "Well, I told you to bring nobody." He's like, "They're not with me."
And he's like, I didn't bring anybody. Then you yell at Moya. She's like, I didn't send the helicopter.
Yeah. So you assume it was from
Oh.
the First Sons, who are
But-
also trying to find John.
Don't the first sons blow it up? Or the Reapers blow it up?
Or the Dustmen.
Yeah, Reapers are dustmen, I guess. Yeah. There's a big fucking. That's where the big golem comes in.
Yeah.
Which, okay, now we're at golems. So how does this shit work?
I just assume it's Alden's conduit power because he kind of puts all these kind of garbage things together.
Yeah, because you have to fight him with
That's right.
He has a big one when you
Yeah.
fight him.
I don't know exactly what his power is, but it seems like he can just put garbage in a thing and
Make garbage golems.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, okay.
I'll buy it. And then this is where you have another moral choice where the golem has like a barrel in his hand, and you can choose to hit the barrel, but you're going to kill all the people around him, or you can let the barrel hit you, where you're going to get jacked up, but all those people are going to survive.
yeah,
Yeah.
fucking YOLO, bro.
It's tough being a
But
superhero, man.
yeah, well, it is. But I mean, either way, you get away when, or John gets away when you have to fight the helicopter.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then he tells you that the race fair is on top of Alden's tower.
yeah. That Alden's found it, and he also tells you that. Well, he calls you after that and tells you that he was never married to Moya. He doesn't know who Moya is.
Yeah, you're like, Moya told me to find you. He's like, who?
Yeah.
It's like, your wife.
I don't know any Moya.
It's like, no, we're in quarantine. Marriage doesn't count.
And he also tells you to bring someone with you to help, someone that you trust, which I don't know why he just doesn't go himself to help you. But
Yeah, I remember the first time I played this game hearing that twist, and I'm like, oh shit.
yeah, it's a nice twist.
Like, it's a good twist that you never saw coming. Because you're like, go find John. Then you actually do find him. And then you're like, all right, we got to get you out. Your wife's looking for you. And he's like, yeah, I don't know this crazy bitch. I don't know what's going on. But it was great. It was a good twist to keep the story interesting because at this point I remember getting a little bit stale,
Yeah,
where it's like,
there's
go kill these 5 drones.
there's a lot of side missions that
Very
are repetitive.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But and he tells you he wants to destroy the tower, so you got to climb the tower and fight Alden and get it. So that's what you do. And I remember this part being kind of annoying in the game.
Yeah. Because you had to stop and let Zeke up, which with the fucking elevator that went to the top.
Yeah, which you couldn't take yourself.
Why couldn't you take it?
I don't know.
It was some bullshit.
Probably had
like
to
it
power
could've-
it up.
It seems like it could have just stood in it and powered it up from
Yeah.
the inside,
But no, you have to do some bullshit platforming sections. I hate
And the tower is massive.
Yeah.
Like, it's like Empire State Building size.
and I
massive.
really hate when like action adventure games or FPSs make you do platforming sections.
Oh yeah, you had to like climb up and
Yeah.
like jump here, jump
Don't
grab
be-
that.
Yeah, land on this one girder.
Yeah, I remember that. That was annoying. I remember dying a lot there.
Yeah, falling to your death because you can't survive that fall for some reason.
Yeah.
At the same point, though, I did like the parkour aspect because I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, you could just hold down like R1 and you just automatically climb the side of a
I
building.
don't think that was in this one. I think you have to like,
Ooh, maybe
You
it
have to
was.
tap it.
yeah, I think you have to tap it to jump because
I remember it being a little clunky.
because this is when parkouring was just starting in games like Assassin's Creed and
Yeah.
this, and it's gotten
Right.
so much
Mirror's
easier now.
Edge.
Yeah, but you fight your way to the top where you encounter Alden, and you end up fighting him as a big golem monster. And then after you win and the race sphere's there, Kessler shows up in a helicopter, and him and Alden start spatting, I guess. And then Zeke grabs the ray sphere, and this is where
While you're like fighting them or something
Yeah.
like that.
yeah, there's 3 conduits fighting.
Yeah, you preoccupied.
You, Kessler, and Alden, and Zeke
Yeah.
grabs it and makes the brilliant choice to try and use it and get superpowers himself.
So did Alden use this before? Is that how he has powers?
Yes, I do believe they've given all these people their powers. But
I don't like. No, you know what? I won't even get into it because it has to deal with the other Infamous games.
yeah, I know there's a lot of explanation in Infamous 2 on why this happens.
Oh, is there?
Right. Yeah.
I never played Infamous 2.
It's so much better.
After watching this one, I was like, Jesus Christ, the ending just leaves it open for me to fucking play the second one. And I never did.
Oh, but Zeke uses it, and there's a nice exposition of Cole saying Zeke makes the dumbest mistake, or the second dumbest mistake in his life, and tries to kill 10,000 more people, and he uses it, and nothing happens.
Yeah, and then Kessler's like, come with me. I'll help you out. I'll show you how it
Yeah,
works.
just bring the ray spear to me.
Yeah, and then you're like, dude, there's no way Zeke's falling for this bullshit, and then he immediately does.
He doesn't even give it a second thought.
Immediately.
He jumps from there onto the helicopter and flies
I've
away.
never seen a stupider fucking person.
It's like, what? Why would you trust him? What has he done
Yeah, you don't know
to
him.
be a beacon of trust at all?
Well, maybe Kessler told Zeke the whole truth.
Well, I mean, the only people you've talked to in this game are your girlfriend who hates you and a bunch of FBI guys, and then Zeke.
True.
Well, fair point.
I guess he doesn't have a lot of friends, and people think you're a terrorist on top of it.
Yeah, but we did forget to mention that you can like do good things and you can help the community, and they'll start to portray you more positively.
Yeah.
Yeah, you become a hero.
Yeah, like you have a choice where you can remember the poster choice where you can choose like how do you want to be represented. There's like the evil version or the good version, the hero version.
Yeah, that's silly.
By the way, before we even get to it, eventually while I remember, the canon ending is the good ending.
Chump Slap and I had this conversation before, and he couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I was like, why? And then he's like, oh, because you're a hero. I was like, oh, okay, because everything else just ends up the same. Doesn't matter which ending or choices you make.
Yeah, the story-wise, it doesn't change the story, but it matters for inFamous too.
Right.
Yeah.
It matters for like the epilogue, but that's about it.
It should like only matter like what you finish the game as, and you get a pick when you start inFamous too.
You do.
Do you? Then why can't
I believe
just pick
you
bad?
get.
You should be able to pick.
You get some
enemy.
kind of bonus for it, depending on which one you've finished. But if you finish both, you can choose.
Interesting.
I believe that's how it happened.
That sounds about right. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna say yes. You're absolutely correct. 100%.
Boom.
You nailed it.
All right, so Zeke runs off with Kessler. Alden jumps off the bridge.
The tower.
Tower.
And the tower starts to collapse.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, oh, I put all these bombs around, and you have to go fucking disarm a whole bunch of bombs. He's like, oh, you only got a couple minutes.
And John tells you to go to the historic district and all kinds of other crap.
Yeah. And this is where you make the big decision. Right?
Is this the big decision?
Yeah.
The Alden Golem fight?
No, we had the.
Because you fight Alden again.
That's right. You fight Alden again at the bridge,
Yes.
and that's where he has the
Oh,
massive
that's
golem.
what. Yeah, I thought that's the one we were talking about. That's when he jumps off the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, first he's on the tower, and then you have to fight him again.
Oh, okay.
And then Kessler set up the bombs and kidnapped Trish. So you
There you go.
gotta go and just disarm all these bombs, which is just a pain in the ass fetch quest, really. And then you get to the big choice.
Save Trish or save 5 doctors.
Yeah, he ties them to the top of the building, and you only have time to save one.
Wasn't this in like Batman or something?
It's definitely in a Psych episode.
Or Spider-Man?
Of course. No, I think with Batman it was the Batman. Was it Batman Begins or the Dark Knight? It might have, no, it's the Dark Knight where
yeah.
he has to choose like Two Faces at one location.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Well,
thinking.
Rachel's at
Harvey
another.
Dent is at
You
another
have to-
location. He's not Two-Face yet.
Too shy.
All right. Well, I forgot his real name, so I just called him Two Face.
Well, yeah, there's also that Psych episode where Yin takes and puts Juliet on the clock tower and Rachel Lee Cook underneath the dock, and he only has time to save one.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I'm sure it's been parried. Like, it's classic.
Oh, yeah, they stole that from inFamous, 100%. But
First time it's ever been done, inFamous.
so you climb to the top of one of the towers, depending on who you want to save, Trish or the doctors. And according to Chump Slap, because I did not remember this, no matter which one you choose, Trish dies.
Yes.
Yes, that is correct. Because I think if you let Trish die, you go down and see her body and it's dead Trish. If you try to save Trish, it turns out it's actually one of the doctors, and the real Trish was within the doctors
But
that all
isn't
just
Trish
died.
a doctor too? But
Yeah, that's why it doesn't. That's why it didn't matter.
Yes. Yeah, either way, you can't save Trish. Either way, she's dying.
yeah, so that's a big thing that happens in Cole's life. His girlfriend, who hates him at this moment,
Yeah.
dies.
It's like, I killed her sister. Why not kill her? Fuck
Yeah.
it.
Then I have, after Trish dies, Moya calls and tries to explain shit, and you're rightfully rude to her.
Yeah, you're like, fuck.
Stop calling me
off.
bitch.
You don't know me.
Wrong number. Hang up.
You talking about drug shit on a cell? Fuck.
Yeah.
Prank caller.
Yeah, he definitely like ices her out after this because he knows that at least this she's definitely been lying. So what else is she lying
Yeah.
about?
Yeah, exactly.
And John
Pretty
still
much.
kind of is on your side because he wants to get rid of the sphere. And there's balloons around town spreading poison.
Who did these? Who made these balloons?
I assume it was Kessler using Sasha's
Sasha,
poison.
yeah.
Wait, so Alden technically got away
Well, he jumped
because
off
he
the
fell
bridge.
into the river.
Yes.
Right. So he could be alive. Anyway, Sasha, is she's dead. She was under the rubble.
You don't know
I'm
if
pretty sure.
Because she talks to you.
Yeah, she still
Ah,
talks.
shit.
Yeah,
She still talks to you because after you start getting the balloons,
Or are those just hallucinations?
she tells you to save her. Maybe she says,
That's the thing, yeah. Well, I can always look it up.
Nah, don't worry about it.
Okay,
I
cool.
assume she's still alive.
And then this is where doesn't John hook you up with like a helicopter? He comes in
Yeah, it's like electric helicopters.
and I have written here. Everybody hooks you up with electrified places to stand.
Well, yeah.
Like they're so easy to make.
Well, yeah, Zeke does it at the prison.
Yeah.
And if that asshole can do it, anybody can do it. What I don't know is how they have a big enough generator on the helicopter to keep it all electrified.
Yeah, that's pretty.
But John knows where the ray sphere is. So he tries to help you get into the building where it is so you can get it and destroy it.
Yeah, and this is where like, are you sure you want to destroy it, John? Because I want to destroy it. That's it. I don't want anything else.
Yeah. So you break in, you fight a bunch of stupid enemies, and you get to the ray sphere, and you go to destroy it, and it cracks and does some kind of weird time twisty black hole-ish thing, and it takes John with it, and they're
Yeah.
both kind of gone and dead.
I love. Doesn't matter what choice you make here, the ray sphere explodes and takes John.
What are
Yeah,
the two
that was
The
choices?
pretty-
choices are you can close it and use it, or just explode
To
it.
get more power.
Yeah, but when you close it, it like shoots away from you and takes John.
Okay.
Yeah, he dies horribly in like a 2-second cutscene.
Yeah.
It's like, I hope you weren't like attached to this character. That'd be bad.
And I just want to say before this, like, I have written down fentanyl gas on the bottom of the helicopter.
Yeah. That's what it is,
Yeah.
to calm down the people.
Yeah. He's like, we'll just spray it all over.
This was
calm them
before
down.
Michael Jackson died.
Yeah. Interesting.
Anyway,
So after John dies.
after John gets absorbed by the ray sphere, or
No.
the black hole,
Yeah, who knows?
I know.
Oh, yeah, I guess if you played more of it, you probably know what happened.
Yeah.
It's not very open-ended that he's fucking dead. Like, real dead.
And Kessler calls you and asks you to meet him. So you go to the place where you originally blew up the sphere to fight him.
Oh, I remember this fight being annoying.
It was really annoying. I think this is what made me not play it on hard.
Oh, that's because couldn't he like teleport really quickly?
Yeah.
And you'd shoot at him, and he'd like and just be gone.
There were like things, I'm pretty sure he did like a AoE that you could not get away from.
Yeah. I remember dying a lot and being annoyed a lot.
Yeah.
At this fight.
I was like, fuck this.
So you end up fighting Kessler and you end up beating him. And as he's laying there dying, he mumbles under his breath, "Trish, I love you." And then he jumps at you and grabs your head and gives you visions, I guess, reveals to you the truth of what's actually happened.
It's like he gives you his memories.
That's what he does, yeah. Yeah. It's a lot to throw in the last 5 minutes of a game.
Yeah, why don't you do you want to recap it all for us?
Yeah, let's try.
All right. So I'll cut to the two. You're Kessler.
Oh shit, no.
He's Cole McGrath. And
Why does he call himself Kessler? We don't
I
get
guess so
into
you
that.
don't know it's him.
Okay.
But he had powers, and I guess he didn't stop his nemesis at the time because he wasn't strong enough, and he kind of just let it go. And it was too late, and a lot of bad things happened.
Yeah, the nemesis was called the Beast.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's supposedly a powerful entity I've written down here, but
It's just another conduit.
like in the game inFamous 2, when you're starting and you're playing in New Orleans, like you see a map every once in a while through the story that shows you where the Beast is coming to get you, which I thought
he's
was
like walking
fucking
down the East Coast and destroying
awesome.
every city he comes across.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so
Damn it, I
in
have
this
to play that.
in
It's
this
good.
reality, well, he realized he was too late and not strong enough to stop the Beast. So he uses his
Doesn't
guess-
he run away with his family instead of killing the beast right away?
well, yeah, he gets married to Trish and with Zeke as his best man.
Because it starts in New York, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's where the Beast starts too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he could have stayed and fought him, or he could have ran with his family, and he chose to run. But then the Beast came too powerful, and he couldn't beat
And
him
he
later.
couldn't stop it. So he used I guess he developed a power and used it to go back in time, where he develops the ray sphere.
I love how
he gets control of the first sons.
All right, hold on a second. I like when they're telling you this. It's like he used his newest found power, time travel. Like he didn't think it out or anything. He just got the power and was like, "Poof, oh, I got an idea."
Well, he could only do it once, apparently.
Yeah, one-way ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Which, no, I see what you're saying, how that's a little ridiculous. But
Yeah,
I do remember them referencing it as like it's his Hail Mary attempt to save everybody.
Yeah.
He has no other choice. Like he couldn't beat it.
it's
Everyone's
the
fucking
only thing
dead.
he can think of doing or even trying to fix things.
Yeah, okay, I
So
get
he goes
it.
back in time, and his whole goal was to make you stronger, so you're strong enough to beat the beast.
His
when the
whole
beast
goal
comes.
was to kill Trish.
Well,
Well, that wasn't his whole goal.
Pretty much.
It was a big
Well,
part, like to make Cole like accelerate his powers.
So he didn't have any fucking anchors.
So he didn't have any-
anywhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like accelerate
mean?
the powers so you become stronger faster, and then
Yeah, but in this reality,
well, Zeke's a dick to you, and Trish is dead, so it's completely different.
it doesn't matter. Yeah, but you can't. Kessler went back in time and developed the race sphere faster.
Yes,
So when did the race sphere get developed in that reality?
at a different time.
that's the
And
scientist
who
answer.
was developing it?
Well, he just
No shit at a different.
Obviously.
later.
But it doesn't seem like that much later because you apparently got powers
it's
from
more-
it in that time.
It's more of a making your power stronger quicker than giving you the power. You might have gotten them at the same time in the other reality, but
You didn't use them because you
Yeah.
didn't have anyone to fight.
obviously
Okay.
things went different there.
Yeah, obviously you had a good fucking wedding and shit.
Yeah.
And Zeke wasn't a dick.
Plus, we don't know if in the alternate timeline the race sphere blew up in Empire City. It could have blown up in the countryside somewhere and not hurt anybody. You know what I mean? Like it.
Oh, true. All right.
Kessler's point was to turn Cole into a superhero faster.
And a stronger one.
And
then
a
you
stronger
finally
one.
beat
Just so you
Kessler.
could beat the demon or the
Yeah, I guess beating
beast.
Kessler is your last training, I guess. You know you're strong enough to beat the beast when the beast shows up.
Okay.
Right.
I'm just saying you easily left Trish in the future. You just left her. You're like, fuck it.
Oh, I think in the future she's dead.
Yeah.
Like her
Oh, you think
and
everyone
the
died?
kids are.
The beast-
Yeah,
Beast
everyone's
ends up
fucking
killing
dead.
a lot of people.
And like you just snapped.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you realize
Like
you couldn't stop
like
it.
Endgame snapped yourself back to the future.
Yeah, yeah.
It all ties together.
Yes. And that's how it ends, and it leads well into inFamous 2.
Yes, but we have to talk about what happens when you choose good versus bad.
All right, I didn't check the differences, so
Oh, at the end,
Yeah.
you're just standing on a roof and you're like, well, everyone's dead. Zeke's a dick. Looks like I'm by myself.
Pretty much. Pretty much. I have a little write up if you guys don't mind.
Yeah,
go
do it
right
up.
ahead.
me the
The good
differences.
ending, well, let's do bad first. The bad ending is basically Cole embracing the fact that he's a bad guy, and he turns the city into a wasteland. He rejected all of that nonsense Kessler just told him, and he decides to use his power to take over the city and believes no one is stronger than him and he can rule everything because he's the strongest. That's the bad ending, which isn't canon anyway, but if you make dick moves, you become a dick. Big surprise. And then the good ending, Cole accepts his fate as a hero and decides to help the city. He has no idea where he stands with Zeke right now or Moya, and he has no idea how to feel about either of them. He's just basically doing the Batman thing and
Yeah.
watching over the city.
Why would he care about either of them? But, they could have just made it like, if you chose the bad ending, you became the beast. You chose the good ending, you fought yourself. And make inFamous 2, you fight yourself at the end again.
Then you're ruining inFamous 2.
It could have been good. I don't know. I haven't played it.
But that's it. That's the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, any quotes from anybody?
I just have one. It is
I didn't write any.
there's some decent ones in there, especially a lot with like the
There were a couple. Yeah.
just like the Grand Theft Auto series. The best quotes are from random assholes on the street.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
They had some really good ones in there, but the only quote I have is when Zeke was explaining. Zeke did some some research on DARPA and like what they're all about, and he decides to explain to Cole this very important news about how DARPA like doesn't report to anyone. They should scare Cole. They're a huge clandestine organization, and Cole just 100% does not give a shit about any of this. And he's like, yeah, and Santa Claus shot JFK.
Yeah. I remember that one. That was good.
But that's all I got for quotes.
Yeah, the only quote I have written down is Saucer was a piece of shit before the blast.
Nice.
He does say that.
Seems with the more serious games, we don't have as many good quotes.
Yeah, well, that was a damn good game, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Absolutely. So, who wants to go first with final thoughts?
You pick.
All right, I'm going to pick Chump Slap. Yes. What are your final thoughts? Would you play it? Would you score it? Did the story work for you?
Would I play it? I have played it. So, there.
Okay.
Would I play it again? Would I play it again? I don't know. I think I might play inFamous 2 because going over this kind of made me a little nostalgic for it. The story, did it work for me? No. It was good. It didn't. It got redundant and repetitive. You're just fucking booting up the city, getting shit back on, and then oh my God, Kessler was you. That kind of, I don't know. It's been done to death. But all in all, like I said, it was a good game. It was fun to play. I like the open world type where you can just climb up mountains and shit, Spider-Man style. I'll give it 20 out of 27.
You should have done a lot for a 20.
Yeah, you sure did. I was expecting like a 10.
Lower than that.
Well, I really liked playing the game, but like looking back, I mean, story-wise, I don't know. I don't think it was that great.
I didn't think it was that great, but I gave it 20.
Well, like, I don't know how you do it, but I know I enjoyed playing it, and looking back, it was good. But
well, you seem to have a difference of opinion there, Dr. Syintist. Would you play it? Would you score it? Did the story work for you?
I think I'd like to play all the inFamouses again. I wish they would have, along with Dead Space, I wish this would have been like one of those games that they released a version of it every year.
Wait for the PS3 classic.
Yeah, it's probably out already.
Yeah, right.
But I did like the superhero story. I'm not a big fan of moral choice influence in games where it leads you one way or the other. And because the evil one always has better weapons anyway. Because you're not giving a shit about things you blow up.
Right.
Yeah, but they try to make you feel like a dick.
Yeah, but it's a video game.
I know, but I still have morals. Still have feelings.
I remember enjoying it. I liked it more knowing inFamous 2, remembering more about inFamous 2 going in and how that ends.
All right, stop rubbing it in. I'll play it.
The story I really like, unlike Chump Slap over there. I think it's good. I don't think you see the turnings coming, like Moya not being there. And fighting through the game, you don't expect Kessler to be you. Because, I mean, he's like a 50-year-old version of you. But although he does have similar powers, you never think of it until the end. And
I knew it all along.
yeah. Okay. But I did like that twist where he's trying to make you powerful and severing the things that made himself weak. I think it was a good story. I gave it 18 out of 27, and I thought it was great, and Chump Slap hated it and gave it 20.
I liked the game. Shut up. Am I supposed to be rating the story or the game as a total?
I kind of do it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I gave it 18 out of 27.
Well, as promised, my story that I know you'll love as a lead into mine. There's a portion of the game, just to give everyone a little backstory, where the explosion caused blast shards to be thrown all across the city. And these are like your collectibles. Like you have to go around and collect them. I remember there being like
100
fucking 200 or 300.
Oh, maybe
there's
there was.
asinine
Yeah,
amount.
because you get like 5 out of a locker and shit.
Yeah, and the more you get, the more powerful you become. Well, the more electrical power you get.
Right, but there's a limit. Like I think there's 300 of them within the whole thing. But you got a trophy for finding them all. So I remember the first time I went through and I got like 80 of them, and I was like, shit, as I go through the guide and I can't find one of them. I don't know why, but one of them wasn't fucking there. So I started the game over from the beginning, played through it, and then the same thing happened again. I was missing one of them. I don't know if it was the same one, but I followed the guide to a fucking T. And then I followed it like halfway through the second, like
And you missed
the
one.
second playthrough. I followed the guide again, going over where I was, and then I gave up and restarted it a third time. And then by the third time, I finally got all the goddamn blast shards. Yeah, I was so fucking sick of those shards by the time that game started, or when I was done with it.
You finally got that bronze trophy.
Right, exactly.
And this was before they decided to put all the markers on the map so you can easily find shit like that.
Well, you could see markers on this one.
You had to like bin within. You had to use a power, I think,
you
to
had to be
activate them.
closer to it. But
It's not like the games now where it just you
Oh,
can
we
find
just
a
look at
map
the
and
map.
yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
okay.
there's one I'm missing.
Yeah.
Or you buy like a certain trait and you can see all the collectibles or some shit like. But
Yeah.
any hoodles. Would I play? I would love to play it again. I'd love a remaster. I would definitely dive into that for sure. The story I thought worked really well with the twist, like you said, Syintist, where I didn't see any of them coming. The Moya twist, where she didn't know. There's no reason to see that coming. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, true.
and I'm not saying it was bad. It was a good twist. It's just, it really fooled me. The same thing with the Kessler one. I didn't see that coming at all. Because why would I think time travel was possible in this universe?
Well, why wouldn't you too? But
Yeah,
Right,
I mean,
well-
everything else is possible. He was teleporting a lot.
As far as conduits go, the only ones you know of are you and Alden. And, well, I guess
Sasha.
Kessler as well.
Well, don't you see Kessler? And the first time you see him, he just teleports to you, right next to you. You should have thought, like, oh wow.
Yeah, you should have put it together then. But, you know, I didn't. I was too
Well,
busy
not-
collecting
not-
fucking shards.
But no, it's not that obvious. You're right.
No, it's not obvious, but I mean, I'm just saying it's classic. It's been done a million times.
Right.
But
And as far as my score, like, there's a lot of stuff I love about the inFamous series. I wish they still made those games. I don't know why they don't, but this game was definitely, I'd say, the weakest of the three.
Well, yeah.
But at the same time, it was the universe start of the three. So it's hard to say.
what's your 4?
Technically,
Second Son.
there was 3.5. First Light was not a full game.
Oh, okay.
But both of those are really good too.
Yes, both of those are very good, despite them being a different character in a different city. And you know, that's the other thing. Why would you set up First Light and Second Son to basically show that there's a shitload of conduits in the world? Like, you have multiple stories. It's like when Borderlands, where they're like, "Oh, you got this vault. Look how many vaults there are." Like, you just expanded the size of the world, and you could go through a billion stories in a billion different areas or universes, and then they just end
Yeah.
the series. Which I don't.
That's true.
I don't understand that, but I didn't read if there's going to be another inFamous game. I don't know. The one just came out for PlayStation 4. It was like almost a launch title. I don't think it was exactly a launch title,
Oh, it seems so long ago.
but it was very close. I think it was 2012, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't remember.
I'll have to-
I remember playing it, but I don't remember.
Yeah,
what
these
it
aren't
was.
Tool albums. They don't
Yeah.
take fucking 13 years.
just checking it real quick. It came out, March 21st, 2014. So that game's still 5 years old. But the point I'm getting at is that there was definitely some parts of the story that were a little fetch quests. Like, there was definitely some padding to go along in the story to, like, make the game longer, which was kind of a bummer. But even then, I love the universe. I love the idea of starting, like, at the ground level as a superhero and rising up and taking down everyone. So I'm gonna split the difference here, guys. I'm gonna go with a 19 out of 27.
Oh, nice.
How did we all get so? That's probably the closest all three of us have come in.
Because it's probably the only game we all played. Like,
We all played Dead Space
but that
and
was a lot.
Borderlands.
Yeah, but I mean, I would have, like, if we do, well, when we do inFamous 2, it's going to be a lot higher score for me because I feel like that did a great job of righting the
Oh, Infamous
wrongs.
2's This was a great game, and Infamous 2 is so much better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. That's the thing. This was a great game. Like, one of the best, I don't know if it's one of the best first-party games ever, or I should say exclusive games ever, but it's up there,
I'd say
man.
it's up there. It's got to be top 10.
It's in the conversation.
Yeah, oh yeah, top 10
For sure.
Yeah.
And the second one was so much better, which was amazing. But anyways, yeah, so those are my final thoughts. 19, which gives us a score of
57.
57, which is one of our highest.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it should be up there. I can't believe I gave it the highest. I feel like I overscored it now.
No, but that's the thing. Like, even at 20, I don't think you're being crazy.
Yeah. I mean, he scored one lower than you, and I scored one lower than him. It's not like...
Yeah, it's true. I gave Dark Sword just like a fucking 18 or 19 anyway.
And honestly, if it wasn't for the fetch questy stuff, then I probably would have given it higher. If the story was just a little bit more streamlined.
It's exactly on par with BioShock,
and
which I gave it
555
20, so,
stars.
You know,
555 shards you have to find or whatever.
555.
I don't know. I just made that number
Oh,
up.
I thought you looked.
It was an asinine number. It was definitely over 200.
Oh, yeah, it was like 230 or something.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
That's great. You couldn't find one.
It was literally one.
And you couldn't just stare at the map and try and figure out where it was.
Yeah.
No, like, I would have to follow the guide and go to every place where the guide told me, and I swear to God I did that and still didn't find one.
There's probably like one hidden behind a car or something you thought you got every time that you looked at it.
Who knows?
Yeah. Well,
Guess
either
we'll
way, I
never
went
know.
through that whole fucking thing 3 times, at least. So,
Did you platinum it?
I did because of my tenacious shard gathering.
Did you?
No, I didn't get all the shards and I didn't beat it on hard.
Yeah, those are 2 I don't have either. Yeah.
I think if you play it and you do both good and evil, I believe you get to keep all your power-ups, so hard wasn't that bad.
Oh, really?
I remember hard not being that difficult.
I don't
Well, I
know.
also didn't want to find all the shards.
Yeah, that seemed like a pain in the ass. I was like, I got enough.
Well, see, now you're talking my language. Now I understand what you're saying.
I think I did try to find all the shards and I was missing one.
Fuck you.
So I started over from the beginning.
I
and
might
tried
turn
again.
it on and check it out, see what's going on with it.
Yeah, and if they remastered it, they'd give you a map of where all the shards were.
No, I just want
I
to
think
get all the
I
shards.
think they did fix that in 2.
Yeah, they did. They definitely did.
Like, the collectibles were on the map. But anyway, so that
That's
does it for us. Anything else you guys want to talk about with this game? I mean, I think we pretty much
no, it's a great.
covered a shitload.
Yeah. We've been
Let's
over
start a
it.
petition for a remaster.
Yeah, let's get that going. Change.org. Let's make it happen.
They're going to make it a PSVR game.
It's hard to do with a
Wonder how that would
third-person
work.
game. A third person over the shoulder.
Make it a first person.
That's how you know it's good, because it's third person over the shoulder, and I liked it, and I hate those fucking games.
I do.
I just can't imagine being in VR and like getting exploded off a building and falling. Oh my
Oh,
god.
that'd be so cool.
And trying to slow yourself down with the...
Like, I almost fell off
Then
my
I just
couch.
like cry and pee and get into the fetal position. I'm like, oh yeah, not in the game. That's right. But that with that great last moment I just had, which is
Where you
certainly
pissed your
not going to
pants
be
on the
edited
ground
out,
and crying.
which, you know, that's Thursday's all over.
It happens.
But with that, we're going to go to our favorite segment of every week, which is Syintist's Lock of the Week.
Beep, beep, beep. What, is that some kind of digital lock? I'm at a loss. I don't know what's going on.
No, we had to back
was
it in. It was so fucking big.
Oh!
Oh, because that's how big
That's
of a
big
lock it
it is.
is.
Okay.
Got it. Okay. Sorry, we didn't come with you on that journey,
Yeah.
but we're here now.
Not
So
many people do.
every week we ask scientists for one 100% guaranteed to win gambling pick. So this week, scientist, who do you got?
Well, we're going to the league. That's the American Association of Independent Professional Baseball.
Okay.
The St. Paul Saints over the Chicago Dogs. Straight win.
Ooh, I like me a Chicago dog.
Yeah, but they're not
Yeah.
going to beat the St. Paul Saints. not in this game anyway.
The St. Paul Saints?
Hey, I didn't name the teams, man.
St. Paul's.
Yeah, the St. Paul's. And the Chicago Pizzas.
And you're saying the Saints are going to take this?
Yes, over the Dogs.
Oh, I was
Just
thinking
straight out win, or are we doing money line?
Straight
points,
line,
anything?
straight win.
straight
Okay.
one. No, yeah.
Okay, perfect. You hear to hear first. You want to take everything you have, sell it, get all that money, get like a sack with a dollar sign, and throw all your money in it, and then
They're not easy to
sell
find,
that
but if
money
you can.
if you can, and then go ahead and put everything on this game because Scientist has yet to lose.
Still waiting
Guaranteed.
to lose.
I don't know who's going to take that bet, but good luck.
Yeah, you got to find a bookie. You'll take it. It's not easy, but
I mean, you got to go to like some bars and pool halls.
in St. Paul.
yeah, you
St.
hit the Rust
Paul?
Belt. They probably start taking it.
They'll take anything. Those bookies are nuts. Anyway, that takes us to our favorite segment of every week, which is Chump Slap's recommendation window. Every week we ask Nice. Every week we ask Chump Slap for a recommendation of whatever comes to my mind. Before I finish this sentence, so this week, Chump Slap, we're going to ask you, what is your recommendation for your go-to iced tea brand? Not local, national.
I wouldn't go local for go-to.
Ooh.
That's blasphemy in this town.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with Arizona Arnold Palmer 99-cent can.
That's not iced tea, though. It's only
It's iced
50%
tea.
iced tea.
It's iced tea, technically.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take that. Arnold Palmers are fucking delicious, and you can't beat 24 ounces for $1.
No,
Like,
insane. And if it had to be 100% iced tea, go with the Arizona 99-cent lemon iced tea can. It's
What's the difference between that and Arnold Palmer? The amount of lemon in it?
one's iced tea with just lemon. One's lemonade and iced tea.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
It's the amount of lemon.
It's about the nade.
Okay. Yeah.
just like all our favorite shooters, all about the nade.
Yeah.
Bam. Well, I think that's about does it
yeah,
for us.
let's not
with a
end on
fucking
that.
joke like that. Anyway, well, you know what? Let's end with, say somebody was really mad about that joke, like real mad.
I am.
Like as mad as Syintist is right now, and they wanted to write like 8,000 words in an email telling us how bad that joke was. Where would they send that, Chump Slap?
Hold on. Let me get my pen because I'm going to write this down.
Yes, write this down. Yeah, you're going to send that to Plotty Time, PLOTTYTIME, at gmail.com. And I will personally respond to every email.
That's a Chump Slap guarantee.
I won't guarantee read
his
it,
lock of the
but-
week.
But I will respond to it.
All right, it's Chump Slap's well wish, I guess. So, Syintist, if someone wanted to call out Chump Slap and say I emailed you guys and you never emailed me back, and they wanted to get to him right away, where would they get to that on social media?
At Plotty Time on Instagram and Twitters.
We had all the things.
All the
Yeah.
things everywhere.
All the social medias.
That about does it for us. So I guess we'll talk to you guys next week. Later.
Smell you later.
Take it easy, everybody.